What if a single germ could rewrite history? The truth about diseases is more gripping than any thriller. Pandemics have toppled empires, reshaped societies, and changed how we live. Imagine medieval Europe, where the Black Death wiped out half the population, or the Americas, where smallpox decimated native tribes. For Americans, the 1918 Spanish flu left scars still felt today. These aren't just tales of suffering. They're stories of resilience and discovery. Ready to uncover the truth about diseases that shaped our world? Dive into this journey through history's deadliest epidemics and their surprising lessons for today's health-conscious readers. The truth about diseases is woven into the fabric of human history, shaping civilizations in ways we rarely consider. From ancient plagues to modern pandemics, diseases have been both destroyers and catalysts for change. For an American audience, understanding the truth about diseases means looking at global history while connecting it to the U.S. experience, how epidemics like the Spanish flu or smallpox influenced the nation's growth, healthcare system, and cultural psyche. Ancient beginnings, diseases in early civilizations. The truth about diseases begins thousands of years ago. In ancient Egypt, around 3000 BCE, mummies show signs of tuberculosis, a bacterial infection thriving in crowded Nile communities. Egyptians attributed diseases to divine wrath, using rituals and herbs to ward them off. This early misunderstanding of the truth about diseases highlights humanity's first attempts to grapple with invisible killers. Fast forward to ancient Greece, where Hippocrates, the father of medicine, revolutionized thinking. He argued diseases stemmed from natural causes, not gods, introducing the idea of bodily balance: blood, phlegm, yellow bile, and black bile. His insights laid the groundwork for scientific medicine, a cornerstone of modern U.S. healthcare. The Black Death, a game-changer for the Western world. No discussion of the truth about diseases is complete without the Black Death, 1347 to 1351 one, caused by the Yersinia pestis bacterium spread by fleas on rats. This pandemic killed 37 to 60% of Europe's population, 25 to 50 million people. For Americans, it's worth noting that this European catastrophe indirectly shaped the modern world, including the U.S. The labor shortages it caused weakened feudalism, empowered workers, and fueled economic shifts that later drove exploration to the Americas. The truth about diseases here is stark. A single bacterium reshaped global power dynamics, setting the stage for the colonial era that birthed the United States. The Columbian Exchange. Diseases cross continents. When Christopher Columbus landed in 1492, he didn't just bring explorers, he unleashed diseases. The truth about diseases in the Columbian Exchange is brutal. Smallpox, measles, and influenza devastated Native American populations who lacked immunity. Some estimates suggest 90% of indigenous peoples in the Americas died, paving the way for European colonization, including what would become the U.S. In return, syphilis may have traveled from the Americas to Europe. For Americans, this underscores how the truth about diseases shaped the nation's founding, as colonial powers exploited depopulated lands. It's a sobering reminder of how interconnected global health has always been. The 19th century, cholera and the birth of public health. The truth about diseases took a scientific leap in the 1800s. Cholera pandemics, starting in India in 1817, spread globally via trade routes, hitting U.S. cities like New York and New Orleans hard. In 1832, cholera killed thousands in American urban centers, exposing poor sanitation. British physician John Snow's 1854 discovery that cholera spread through contaminated water revolutionized public health. His work led to modern sewage systems, which became standard in growing U.S. cities. The truth about diseases in this era is clear. Scientific breakthroughs, driven by necessity, saved millions and shaped urban America's infrastructure. The Spanish flu, America's brush with disaster. For Americans, the 1918 to 1919 Spanish flu is a defining moment in the truth about diseases. Caused by the H1N1 virus, it killed 50 million worldwide, including 675,000 in the U.S., more than American deaths in World War I. Unlike typical flu, it struck young, healthy adults, with cities like Philadelphia and New York hit hardest. Overcrowded military camps and poor public health measures fueled its spread. The truth about diseases here is their unpredictability. H1N1's cytokine storm turned strong immune systems against victims. This pandemic spurred the U.S. to invest in public health, leading to the creation of the CDC in 1946, a global leader in disease control. The 20th century, vaccines and antibiotics. The truth about diseases in the 20th century is one of triumph, ostojif, and caution. Louis Pasteur's germ theory and vaccine for rabies in the 1880s transformed medicine. In the U.S., smallpox vaccination campaigns eradicated the disease by 1980, a global first. Antibiotics, starting with penicillin in the 1940s, saved countless lives during World War II and beyond. However, the truth about diseases also includes challenges. Antibiotic resistance, now a major concern, could cause 10 million deaths annually by 2050 per the WHO. For Americans, this highlights the need for responsible antibiotic use and ongoing medical innovation. HIV/AIDS, a social and medical wake-up call. The HIV/AIDS epidemic, emerging in the U.S. in the 1980s, revealed another truth about diseases. Social stigma can worsen outcomes. First identified in American cities like San Francisco and New York, HIV killed over 700,000 Americans by 2020. Early misinformation and prejudice delayed responses, but activism, especially from U.S. LGBTQ+ communities, pushed for research and treatment. Antiretroviral drugs, ARVs, turned HIV into a manageable condition. The truth about diseases here is that advocacy and science together can overcome even the deadliest threats, a lesson for modern U.S. healthcare debates. Modern challenges. COVID-19 and beyond the COVID-19 pandemic, starting in 2020, brought the truth about diseases into sharp focus for Americans. Caused by SARS-CoV-2, it killed over 1 million. In the U.S. alone, the rapid development of mRNA vaccines by companies like Pfizer and Moderna showcased American innovation, but vaccine hesitancy revealed ongoing challenges. The truth about diseases today includes misinformation, which social media amplifies. Additionally, climate change and urbanization increase risks of new pandemics, as seen with Ebola or Zika. For Americans, staying informed and vaccinated is critical to preventing history's next great epidemic. Lessons from history for today's Americans. The truth about diseases teaches us resilience. From the Black Death to COVID-19, pandemics expose weaknesses but also drive progress. In the U.S., public health measures like clean water, vaccinations, and organizations like the CDC are direct responses to past crises. Yet, challenges remain. Antibiotic resistance, emerging viruses, and healthcare access disparities require action. Americans can learn from history by prioritizing science, supporting research, and practicing personal health measures like hand washing and vaccinations. The truth about diseases is that they're part of our story, but so is our ability to fight back. Conclusion. The truth about diseases is a saga of loss, discovery, and triumph that continues to shape our world. From ancient plagues to modern pandemics, these invisible enemies have tested humanity's resolve. For Americans, understanding this history means appreciating the science and systems that keep us safe. Want to dive deeper into the stories that shaped our world? Subscribe to our channel for more gripping historical insights and practical health tips. Like, share, and join our community to stay informed and empowered.